All right. I'll do a sound check real quick. We'll do this, get into this, whatever this is. Stand by 1 second. Always like making sure. Oh, shows the stream coming up. Let's see. Yeah. Oscar Mike Radio. Somebody's on. Let's see here. So my part like, oh, all right, we got sound. All right, we got other things. Oh, what the? Fell off my hat. Okay. All right. It's Wednesday night, 7 o'clock. My name is Travis of Oscar Mike Radio. The one half of W.A.R. We Are Resilient with my co-host, Michael Geary. And Michael is on assignment tonight. He is not going to be able to join us. Probably doing an abbreviated show because of that. We're still mourning the Bruins first round exit. We talked about that a whole lot. So Elsa, good evening, Elsa. How are you doing? Great to see you on. And I'm going to mix it up tonight. I am going to do some crocheting while I'm talking and see if I can do two things at one time with you. So thanks for checking in. And the subject of this tonight was going to be May is Mental Health Month. And, you know, we've been very fortunate to, have some people, Gail McCullough with Mass Help Online. Jimmy James from Colorado. Jimmy, how you doing, brother? Good to see you on here. And I've got a little something from Gail to talk about here in a second. But May is Mental Health Month. I'm going to quiet my phone. Sorry about that. Yep. There we go. Okay. I'm doing great. And what are you making? Well, I'm making a blanket for, could be for a kid, could be for an adult, could be for anybody. I've never kept a blanket I've made, Elsa. I've been doing this for almost 7 years. I've never kept a one. So hopefully every blanket I've made has had a good home. Craig Chapman, Craig, good to see you. Go Celtics. Yeah, they're in the second round, unlike the Bruins. So it is what it is. And I'm loving how this hat looks. And this hat was made by Alpha Bravo Custom Designs. Husband and wife, veteran active duty team. And we're having a good time. Yeah, so this is color, Elsa. This is color, Red Heart yarn. This is called Polo Stripe is what it's called. Real colorful thing because sometimes in hospitals, whether you're a kid or an adult, they're kind of like neutral places, which is a fancy way of saying drab or dull. And so if we can bring some color in their lives, it's going to be great. So like I said, Michael's on assignment tonight. You just got me, probably going to be on for another 20 minutes or so. And just want to say thank you for coming out and checking us out tonight. And so I want to get this announcement out of the way. Gail McCullough from Mass Behavioral Health Program gave us 8 passes to the Westfield Air Show. I'm going to get real fancy here and pop the link into the description. This I can't kind of do two things at one time. So if you click on that link, Gail McCullough, Community Relations Director for the Massachusetts Behavioral Health Program, has gotten 8 passes for the Westfield International Air Show in Barnes, Massachusetts. You gotta be in New England. You gotta be in Connecticut, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, New Hampshire, Maine, Vermont to get these. We're not shipping them out to California to not have them used. So next week, Gail is going to be on W.A.R. with me and Michael, and we're going to, figure out a way to give them away. And we're really happy to have these. These include the parking and the access to the Eagle's Nest Chalet. So check out that link there. I did earlier and yesterday, and there's going to be some awesome planes there. And it doesn't matter if you don't know anything about military aviation or you're a nut like me. It's a really, really cool thing. We might kid ourselves about the chair force or the Air National Guard, but they have a very important job to protect our nation, and it's a great way to go out there and see this in person. And my thing is reversed. I'm gonna have to fix that next week. I didn't see that. Anyway, so Gail will be on next week. You're going to see us really start to promote the air show and what's going on. The air show is May 13th, I think. If I got that right, it's next weekend. Yeah, it's like next Saturday and Sunday. So we're going to give probably tickets away in groups of packs of two, and depending upon how it goes. But we'll promote that, get it out there. And we want you to enjoy yourself and have a great time, and understand and learn about what the Massachusetts Behavioral Health Program does, not just for civilians, but if you're a veteran in need of mental health, you can go and contact the program and get connected to a resource that will help you out through the state of Massachusetts. It's this weird thing. Mother's Day, yeah, yeah, I know, Elsa, but hey, maybe your mom is looking for something different to do, and she's she's tired of having to wait in line for you know um, breakfast or dinner at the Outback or the 99 or wherever, and she wants to meet America's best. I can't think of a better thing to do on Mother's Day, Elsa. I'm just saying. I mean, maybe your mom is interested in airplanes. Maybe she is. But if you want to do and be different, you could do that. So, I mean, I know it's different for guys. If my son's got me tickets to an air show as a dad, I'd be like, you dudes are cool. Thank you very much. But I don't know. Moms are cool too, right? I mean, you know, you get her picture with a nice, handsome Air National Guard pilot with his little, little, cutter on and in the flight suit. That's pretty cool. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So there's opportunity there. Let me know how you feel about that. We'll see. But Gail's going to be on next week, and we're going to start promoting these. Me and Michael probably, Saturday or Sunday of this week, and we want you to come into the stream, talk to Gail, and we'll do a drawing for the tickets. We're working this out right now. So again, I hope you're having a great week. It's been kind of rainy and cool in Massachusetts, which to me means what's going to happen is we're going to go from highs of 55, 53, 57 to 97 and humid in another week or two, and with mosquitoes that will eat me alive. Now, I don't know what it is, but it's been raining, 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 which means the mosquitoes are, you know, incubating and getting ready to hatch. And when I step outside, wow, they're like there's a sign above this hat right here that says dinner is served, and look out, I will be absolutely eaten alive, eaten alive. And the reason I'm kind of mentioning the weather is, May is Mental Health Month, and we're seeing research that the weather can get you down. You're getting close to the weekend, you want to be outside or you want to go for a walk, and it's raining, it's cold, or it's gray and damp, and it can affect your mood, and it can be hard to get up. And so look, if you can on a nice day, walk outside for just a couple minutes, and do that. Oh, that's right, Elsa. Tomorrow is May 4th. May the 4th be with you. So I often wonder if we got any Star Wars fans on the stream. If we do, would like to know about that. Let's see here. I just want to do this real quick. Oh, gotta do this. So I hope you all are doing well. I hope you all are, you know, understanding that there's nothing wrong with taking care of yourself or figuring out what works for you to take care of yourself. Um, also says my nephew loves Star Wars. Yeah, my kids do too. Um, love my hat at Alpha Bravo. So we got that going on. Again, Mental Health Month. You know, when we Michael and I say "F the stigma," it's that feeling that you get from saying, "Hey, I've got a problem," or it might be as simple as saying, "Boss, I need a day off." You know, a sick day for mental health day. I just need a mental health day. I need it off. Or it might be, a problem that has compounded and these feelings of depression and, you know, anxiety, being alone, feelings of worthlessness creep in. And, what do we do about that? And F the stigma says, you know what, you're not weak, you're not worthless, you're not insignificant for wanting to get help. We need to abolish, and, crush, destroy that stigma and, empower people to take care of themselves. If you got a cut on your arm that was bleeding profusely, no one would think worse of you for going to the ER and getting it looked at. The same thing with your mental health. It is, working to find the resources that are available to you. I keep talking about the mass behavioral health helpline, excuse me, are examples of resources that are available to you now to use. And, if you're a veteran, there are resources from the VA for you to use. Download the VA app and get plugged into that. There's all kinds of things you can do, and we want you to take advantage of those. So, that's why, we say F the stigma. You're not weak. You're not insignificant. You're actually trying to do a very, courageous and brave thing. And, if you're watching this stream and you want to share it with, your timeline and let people know that this is out there, it'd be great. It'd be great. So we're halfway through the week. It's the first week of May, and one of the things I want to talk about with May is, May is uh, Memorial Day, and some people say, well, it's the unofficial start of summer. It's vacation time, starting all that good stuff. Which, yeah, it is. But for a lot of us, veterans and Gold Star family members, it's more than that. It's being able to take time to reflect on those that we've lost, and that might impact your mental health and well-being. And there's no shame in admitting that. There's nothing wrong with saying that, hey, you know what, that person or persons meant a lot to me, and I'm not okay that they're gone, and I feel their loss keenly. So, I want you to feel comfortable in reaching out for help. And Jimmy James says, TRICARE has free programs. I'm getting a refresher course. Oh, wow. Thank you, Jimmy. I didn't know that TRICARE. Um, now, educate me here for a second. When I hear TRICARE, I hear care for active duty military. Is TRICARE something that's available to someone who's out of the military? I'd like to know some more about that. Just curious, just seeing what's going on here. Oh, and while I'm doing that, I want to everybody on the page. One second. I miss Michael tonight, but I know he's working hard. Pop this in the stream. 1 second, please. Yeah, I got real quiet. Hang on, there we go. So, if you care to, I popped the link to the We Are Resilient Facebook page. We're trying to get people to like the page, of course, share the page, and make it a landing place for what Michael and I do. Jimmy says, yes, they do provide veterans, in some cases, TRICARE as a health care benefit. I chose not to see the VA. And, again, perfect example here. For whatever reason, some veterans do not want to, use the VA for, their mental health care. But Jimmy found another way to get care and is using that right now. And that's what we'd like to see people do is no matter where they are, see what programs are out there. Like, you know, there's some programs that, of course, are going to require insurance to take advantage of. There's some that are not. But the thing that we want to emphasize is that there is help. There is help for you in what you're doing. So let me get this blanket going again. Jimmy, thanks for sharing, man. I mean, again, doing this show with Michael and just doing Oscar Mike Radio in general, I have learned, that there's just a ton of stuff that, I don't know and will never know that I will have to figure out and, learn as I go along. I really appreciate, people when they take time to educate me or point me in different directions. So who knows what will happen. So everything is going good. I hope for you all. Yeah, Mother's Day is coming up. Wow, it came up quickly this year. So if you're a mom watching this show, I want you to know that Michael and I appreciate, what you all do every day. It can be hard, taking care of the family, and I don't know what moms would think. Sometimes it's harder taking care of the bigger kids than it is the babies. I'm just saying. That's what it seems like sometimes, you know. But definitely Mother's Day is coming up, and so is the Westfield International Air Show, which next week at this time we'll be giving away 8 tickets. Count them: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tickets to the air show. That includes parking and access to the Eagles Nest Chalet. I want to thank Gail McCullough for making that happen for us. So anybody got any, plans for this weekend? Anything they're going to try to do for Mother's Day? Be interested to see what you all put in the chat. Um, it's just a really interesting time because winter is trying to hang on. We got summer going on, but there's always something going on. Always something going on. This year, it also says this year, I'm not having my son on Mother's Day, and I'm having my son this weekend, and that is Mother's Day for myself. Well, Elsa, I certainly know how that feels up close and personal. And I think the thing is when you have your children, whether they're 2 or 22, you got to let them know that you love them, no matter where they are, what they're doing. So it's really cool, really, really cool. Hopefully, you do something good for this weekend, and we'll see what's going on. Jimmy James says respect. Absolutely, Jimmy. Absolutely. 16 years old. Whew. See, I got a 17-year-old right now, and it's a really interesting time. They think they're starting to feel their oats, and they want to be treated like little men, but they still are boys every now and then. Absolutely, absolutely. Well, thanks for sharing that, Elsa, and I hope whatever you guys do this weekend is really cool, and that it's all right. Well, I mean, you listen to metal anyway, so you're already cool in my book, but that's a different thing entirely. So again, May is Mental Health Month, and we're trying to build out We Are Resilient as a way to, which is why I put the Facebook page link in the chat. We're trying to actively build it out to where it becomes a place. And maybe we'll do a website. I'm not sure, but in the meantime, we're going to use a page to really collect resources that are available locally and nationwide. We've got people from Seattle, Colorado, Jimmy's from Colorado, Tennessee, Florida, checking in. We want to have, a network of resources available and, an easy way for people to get access to those if they need to. So we appreciate your support. You could be doing anything else on a Wednesday night. It's the middle of the week. You got 2 more days of work, or some cases, you got those people working, right through the weekend. And we appreciate you coming by. Please check out the Facebook page. We're getting that built out. Put a like on there and share it. And let people know that we're here. Really appreciate it. So, like I said, Mikey's on assignment tonight. He's got a lot going on with Hellfish Haven. And that's speaking of which, just sorry, I just had some inspiration here. Fish Haven. Hey, I remembered it. And look at that. I know what I'm doing. This is what I'm talking about. If you go to Michael's website and click on hellfishhaven.org resources, he's already started this on his website. I'm getting ready to start doing that with Oscar Mike Radio, having a resources page of people and organizations that I've come across during my time that you can go to. I talked to Keith Hayes, who's co-produces a lot of the graphic elements of Oscar Mike Radio. We're going to include the Mass Behavioral Helpline in every show so people can see that number and reach out if they need to. But this is what we're talking about: not only having it on his website, but also trying to have it in Facebook as a way to just tell people, hey, here it is. So no matter where you are, what you're doing, or what your situation is, you can get help. And again, F the stigma is exactly that. Is we don't want anybody feeling, patronized, ostracized, stigmatized for saying, you know what, I'm raising my hand. I need help. We want you to feel that you're doing a brave, heroic thing by taking care of yourself first. Look, if you ever flown, they tell you put the oxygen mask on yourself first, and that's what a lot of people got to do. You get so wrapped up in trying to take care of everybody else, you forget yourself sometimes. And so we encourage you to, get that oxygen mask on, however you want to do it, so you can take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. So I'm just crocheting away as I do this. I've had a pretty good time doing it. It's, maybe it's therapy for me. I really don't know why I still do crocheting. No idea. But I do it, and I get a lot of sense of satisfaction that somebody is using one of these blankets somewhere. So maybe it's therapy for me. And speaking of crocheting, big shout out to Kevin Marshall, who with the Bridgewater VFW has crochet night, and it has worked out real well. Jimmy says, for everyone looking for support, it does not always come in the form of money, but ways you can get through it. We all at some point find ourselves in situations that others have dealt with. Absolutely, Jimmy, absolutely, 100%. You may not know what that person's been through, or you may. So, when someone, reaches out and says, hey, I need to talk to you, or can we grab a cup of coffee? Um, you know, take the time and listen to them. Offer good advice and be there to help them out. So just really think about that as you're going through not only this month, but we got the holidays coming up. They'll be here before we know it, and that's a lot another time of year that people really feel like they're impacted by what's happened in their lives. So that's a really great point, Jimmy. Thanks for bringing that up. Absolutely. So I'm almost to the end of this row. When I get to the end of this row, I think I will shut it down for tonight. Again, let me put this in the chat. Okay, I'm going to do it on Facebook so I can tag her. May 10th at Yale will be on and we will give away. Just want to put that in there. Again, next week, May 10th, Gail McAuliffe, who does a whole lot with the Massachusetts Behavioral Health Program, will be on We Are Resilient W.A.R. And we're giving away, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tickets to the Westfield Air Show. That includes parking and access to the Eagle's Nest. And like Elsa so eloquently pointed out, it is Mother's Day, but maybe, just maybe, your mom wants to do something different for Mother's Day, and getting a ticket with one of America's best pilots is something that will provide her with memories, that she can't get anywhere else. Can't get anywhere else. So I'm almost done with this row. When I finish this row, I'll call it a night. But it's been great getting on and talking with you all. I do have my show dropping tomorrow night on Oscar Mike Radio, and you can get that anywhere on Spotify, so on and so forth. And I'll be talking while I finish up this row. 7 years ago, almost to the day, I was getting ready to launch Oscar Mike Radio. I had met Keith Hayes, Sinister One Productions, at the first annual Dale Dorman Media Day at Massasoit Community College. And I approached him at that time about starting the show. And he gave me a checklist of things to do. And, we got it going. And, in July, I think it was 16th, I recorded my first show. And on the 21st or 22nd, I actually published it. And so we're in the countdown for 7 years. 7 years. I mean, it went like that. And 7 years ago, if you told me I'd be talking to people on a live stream while I'm crocheting on a Wednesday night, I'd be like, you need to go to CVS because I don't have what you need. But here I am. I'm crocheting. Here's my hook and the blanket. I'm on live, and we're doing this. So, lots of cool stuff going on. Michael's going to have a lot of great stuff going on this year with Hellfish Haven. And want to give a shout out to, let's see here, Patriot Project. We will be doing them. Just going to drop that in there. You want to check out their page. Thank you, Elsa. I'll tell you what, Elsa and I met through Mistress Carrie's Cocktails in the War Room. And then I don't know why. I really, it's cool. She started checking out the Oscar Mike Radio Show, and she's on there, always supporting me. I really appreciate it, Elsa. And one day maybe we'll meet one day. I don't know, but it's really cool to have that kind of support. So again, I have tickets to the Westfield Air Show we're giving away next week with Gail McAuliffe. I put the link to our Facebook page in the chat. If you just give a like on there, we really appreciate it. And got my show dropping tomorrow. And Jimmy James says, hey brother, you helped me. Oh yes, Jimmy. Oh man, that hits me in the feels, man. I'm really glad to hear that. I'm really glad to hear that. And then, um, just a big shout out to Mike Peterson and Andrea Eichman in Minnesota who run the People's Patriot Project. We'll be doing some stuff with them later this year. So there's a lot going on. We get it done on Hump Day. We're glad you're here. But I'm going to cut a little short tonight because Mikey is not here. He's on assignment getting stuff ready for next week. Come back because we're doing our first giveaway. Let people know. And yeah, I know it's Mother's Day. I'll close with this. I know it's Mother's Day, and Elsa's right. It is Mother's Day weekend. But you could get your mom a picture with one of the best pilots in the world in his flight suit or her flight suit, a flight suit. I mean, you can take your mom to the 99 or Bertucci's or, somewhere else. But how many moms get taken to an air show on Mother's Day? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. And so think about that. Come back on May 10th. We'll have Gail here. Gail, thank you for the tickets. Thank you for everybody for showing up. And I hope you all take care, okay? We're mission in flight.